Here we go. Friday Night Chat with Matez 860. We are smoking Bing's favorite, Smooth. Usually I grab the rusticated, but feeling like the smooth one tonight. In it, smoking one of my holiday blends, High Alpha Gamma, gently tamped. How are you? Fred Straw, right up front there, Fred. One of my holiday blends, McBaron Plum Cake. Terrific stuff. Talk about that in a minute. David Gould, hi. Mystic 860, how are you, buddy? Hello, 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 Yorktown, Virginia. Good evening, howdy, howdy, hey, how's it going? Worcester, England. So, yeah, McBaron Plum Cake. I've had this jarred for a couple of years, and I did a review on this. I think it's in my playlist, my review playlist. And when you first open this up and smoke it, you get this heavy, heavy rum. It's like smoking a fruitcake. And if you watch that video, and a couple of videos I did a week or two after that video, I explain how that rum dissipates and you're left with this awesome mixture. And after a couple of years now, the little bit of Latakia that's in this has really mellowed out. And I was thinking tonight, it reminded me of when I was a kid. And when I was young, I didn't like coffee, but somebody once gave me coffee milk, where the milk really smooths out the rough edges of the coffee. It's just what this is like. Really good. Hello from 603. Well. Oh, the legend. How you doing there, buddy? Smoking a cigar, no doubt. Yes, he's the legend smoking a cigar. So I got to tell my story from last night. Got a call about 10:30 from work, and of course I'm always in bed at 8:30. So I was up, and knew I was going to have to make some phone calls back and forth with work. So I decided to see what was going on YouTube while I was waiting. Who did I find live but Public Piper? Now, Public Piper hasn't been on for like 9 months, so a lot of you new guys probably don't know him. But he's a fantastic presenter. When he starts talking about pipe or tobacco stuff, you can't move away from the screen. He's just a really, really interesting guy, very nice guy. And he and I go back a number of years. He first contacted me by email before he was doing videos. And it was like I was talking to myself, because he has the same tastes, a lot of the same ideas and, you know, philosophies about the pipe and tobacco. So it was really good to see him back on. And if you get a chance, watch his live, the live rerun, because there were a lot of good topics that he covered. Good question there. was asking if I like the other McBaron blends as much as I like the plum cake. And I have to say, I've had probably half a dozen or better McBaron blends. Loved every one of them. And I'd say they're all equal. They kind of remind me of the Esoterica line. I just love every one of them. Roll cake, never had it. Seven Seas Royal is really good. Alpha Gamma bought his first cigar today. I still don't know that much about cigars, and I have one probably once or twice a year, and when I do, it's like having a hot fudge sundae. I don't want another one for another year. Clarksville, Tennessee. Virginia #1, yes. And that got me through an autumn one year where I wasn't sure what I was going to be smoking and wasn't really in the mood for a lot of stuff. But Virginia #1 hit the spot. In fact, I have half a bag of it here. Greetings and salutations from Italy. Any particular McBaron blend that you enjoy? The London or Burley London blend, which hopefully, even though it's discontinued, I got a tin of it. Hopefully, Sergeant Savinelli and I will be cracking that tin open in the spring, or whenever we get together next. That stuff is fantastic. And I know that it's, the Golden Extra is the same thing without like the smokiness, but heaven. Symphony, excellent stuff. Having a little trouble here because all my tools are in the wrong place. One of the things that Public Piper was talking about last night was that he may end up going strictly to the live streams, and we were talking about some of the ins and outs of doing that. And I'm still working on some of the logistics of doing this. I sort of had Public Piper explain how he was able to read the comments, which he has over here on the right. My comments are coming up from the bottom on the left, and they only stay for about 5 seconds, and then they just go off into nowhere. So it's really difficult to keep up with what the conversation is in the audience. Pirate Frog 333, well, welcome. I don't know how great it is watching this live as opposed to watching the rerun, but it's nice to have you here. Screen resolution settings will change how the things appear. Have to look into that. It's awesome. It's awesome. Happy puffing to you. Burley London blend was amazing. Golden will do, fell from McBaron's. They won't continue it. I don't understand that, because there must be something in the process that makes it too expensive, or I don't know. How many times have I seen Star Wars? A zero, zilch. I didn't watch it, or no, that was Star Trek, Star Wars. What's the difference? Don't forget, I'm an old fart. L.A. pipe smoker, 2 times. He watched it. Yeah, haunted bookshop. And trust me, if I hadn't given some thought to doing the live stream tonight, I'd just be smoking the haunted bookshop and smoking it all day. Although I did break the day up with some Kentucky Club. Just a reminder, we're going to try and do an hour New Year's Eve starting at 8 o'clock. Got a fantastic story for you all lined up. The only thing is I'm not going to be able to follow the comments while I'm telling the story, because you'll understand when you hear this whole story. It gets pretty intense. Star Wars hasn't been good since the return of something, Dan. Tell about your job. Oh, you don't want to hear about my job. But I'll actually be starting my job history once the weather's good enough to get back outside. Sergeant Savinelli, how you doing, brother? I either got no mail delivery today because there was no mail in the box, or they just didn't show up. So hopefully tomorrow your package will show up here. If it doesn't, no worries, because I can do something else New Year's Eve. For anybody who just missed that, Sergeant Savinelli's sending me a sample of Edward G. Robinson. And I had a request to do a tobacco review on New Year's Eve, along with telling my story. So when Sarge said he was sending me that, I thought that would be great. And if you haven't caught it, catch Sergeant Savinelli's review of Edward G. Robinson, because it was textbook terrific. I am not a postman. No, you got that wrong. Just smoked my first bowl of Edward G. Robinson. L.A. pipe smoker, yeah. I'm hoping that that the sergeant was right. Fred wants to know if Sergeant's freezing his nuts off. Yeah, we all are here. It's brutal. And you know, this cold is supposed to go all through next week, and then we're going to warm up into the 30s the week after. So we got to get used to this. 74 in LA, yeah. Rub it in. 75 degrees, smoking on the porch, yeah, you don't want to hear about it. Christmas spice. Christmas spice, especially after hearing, I think that's what Cane Rod Piper and Artful Codger were talking about from Sutliff. I could deal with that. Maybe I'll try that next year for the holidays. Yes, yes. New Mexico. Never been further than Texas out that way. Cisco 76, how you doing? -2 in New Hampshire. Yeah, it was 30-something below on Mount Washington the other morning. That's a little too cool for me. But what else? What else have we got? Impressive Piper Act. Thank you very much. Got that for working 25 years at the same job. So you guys out there, keep the faith. 15 degrees in Ohio. It's exactly 15 degrees here too. Minus 39, Bona Piper. Pirate Frog 333 woke up to minus 11 and 24. Currently 0. Yeah. Anything below 25 degrees kind of bothers me. But if we get back up into the 30s, I'll be okay. Who's smoking Penzance on New Year's Eve? Somebody wants to know. That would be a nice one to smoke for New Year's Eve. Okay, who farted? You tell me, Fred. Be analog. This Bing's favorite, I don't think they consider it a church warden. Just a long stem job. I've gotten really interested in the last week or two about getting another church warden. And when I went on to Savinelli, I saw the Clark's favorite, which I don't think that's considered a church warden either. It's just a long bent stem. But I'll tell you, what a beautiful pipe that is. There was a church warden I was looking at that I'll probably end up getting. Because I guess the older you get, and the more you realize a church warden is really awesome to smoke, the more you want one. Are there certain tobaccos that taste much better in a church warden? We were talking about this last night on Public Piper's live stream, and or we kind of touched on it. It's I don't quite know how to describe what the experience is. Now, he claims he doesn't buy that the smoke gets cooled down all that much, and I have to disagree with him there. I think you get a cooler smoke. I think there might be a lot of psychological stuff going on with it too, because it just feels so elegant when you're holding it. It kind of puts you in a different place. I've never had a bad smoke out of the church warden though, so that's one of the reasons I want another one. And I actually have had very few bad smokes out of the Bing's favorites as well. Pirate Frog 333. I think if you were to buy a Savinelli pipe, I don't know what other pipes you're smoking now, but they're so dry smoking that you really see a difference compared to your other pipes. And I remember when I bought my first one, and I was used to the K Woodies and the Dr. Grabo's and all the other pipes, and I couldn't believe I didn't have to run a pipe cleaner through it halfway through the smoke. And the only pipes I've found that are similar are Bouchoucan's, made in France. Very dry smoking pipes. Love them. I have probably 6 or 7 of those. I only have one church warden. It's the 626. I'll get it. Hold on. It's right around the corner. Oh, yeah, the 626. And they make another one that's about the same size, but the bowl is different. I forget what that number is, but it's another handsome looking pipe. And as I say, I've never had a bad smoke out of this thing. In fact, since we have it out for Christmas, I got a nice Legend, and as you can see, I've been smoking this quite a bit already. Now my wife, bless her heart, knows nothing about pipes, and she got me a pipe that I'm going to unveil New Year's Eve. It's a Chinese pipe, and it's really nice looking. I don't know how it's going to smoke, but I'll show you that one New Year's Eve, and we'll fill it up with something. Did you get rid of the filter in that Legend? Yes, and thanks for bringing that up, because Scott from Aristocob.com was supposed to do a video about the new filters that they're putting into the corn cobs. And I'm not going to steal his thunder, but if you get a new corn cob, be advised that if you use the filters, you may be disappointed. But hold out until Scott does that. I'm sure he's going to do that sooner rather than later. Yeah, I really don't use a filter in any of my pipes. Occasionally, I will put a balsa filter back into a Savinelli, just so that I can stay current with what it's like to have a balsa filter in there. So when somebody says something like, do you taste wood when you smoke the pipe, or whatever, at least I can say, yeah, last month I was smoking that pipe and I don't remember tasting any wood from the filter or whatever. Yeah, I love the draw on the Missouri Mershams without the filters in them too. In fact, in many of my pipes, I've opened up the airways just because I really like a nice draw. Do I inhale? No, never. A couple of times I've had smoke go down the wrong pipe, and that's smarts. 311 Trevi for Christmas. You are lucky. The volume situation, I was going to go out. In fact, I did go to Best Buy to try and find an external mic. And with the iPad, if you go searching for what will work with an iPad for an external mic, there's a jack up here for one of those cheap microphones, and then you can get a connection down at this end that I could put my Blue Ice into. But there's two things about that. Then I got to drag the blue ice around with me if I want to do a on the spot live thing, which is kind of unlikely. But if I go to work and try to do it, that's not going to work out. The other thing is that somebody on one of the forums said that depending on which microphone it is, there might not be enough power in the iPad to power the microphone. So, I don't know. Seems like a pain in the neck to me. What else? We got about 5 minutes here. What do we need to cover? Anything? "77 people watching. That is pretty impressive. How often do you clean your pipes? Uh-oh, here we go. I always run a pipe cleaner through when I'm finished. If you're talking about a thorough cleaning, I used to do them faithfully once a month. And Bluetooth. Why I didn't think about that. Yeah, I'm getting to be more like the old codgers now, where they don't get the attention that they really deserve. But every once in a while, if I have a nasty pipe, I'll take it to work and spend some time while I'm on the phone or something with somebody cleaning it up. The Friday Savinelli, the Roma, got a bath last Saturday. Cane Rod Piper at one time showed how you coat the pipe, the outside of the pipe, with Murphy's oil soap, and it loosens up all the gunk. I can't tell you what came off of that pipe. It's too embarrassing. But that's all clean now. And yeah, well, I don't clean them once a month anymore. They don't get totally out of control anyway. Yes, you can put me on the YouTube world map. I think, yeah, I noticed that I was on there anyway. When you made a video like a couple of months ago, I think, and I checked that out. So, hey man, LA Pipe Smoker wants to know how you get on that map. Gently Tamped will probably put you on there. 1972 Woodsman, good to see you. That kind of reminds me that Joshua in the Woods recently posted a new video. He hadn't been on for a while, and everybody was concerned about the fires out there. He actually talks about fires quite a bit in that video. I didn't get a chance to comment, but great video if you have a chance to watch, from Joshua in the Woods. I think he uploaded it yesterday. Mixture 79, and if so, does it ghost your pipe? It didn't ghost mine, and I smoke quite a bit of it. And speaking of, I lost my train of thought. Sorry about that. Favorite codger blend? Oh, that's a tough one. But I don't know. I've always had a love for Carter Hall, because Carter Hall got me through a couple of years between Vanilla Cavendish and the discovery of Cornell and Neal blends. Red cake. I missed what the question was about red cake. I'm a red cake aficionado. Greetings from Russia. welcome to Matches 860. Yes, Sarge, that's why we get along. Carter Hall's one of your favorites too. I really do like all the codger blends. Half and half is good. Um, as Sergeant Savinelli says, buy the tub, don't buy it in the pouch. The tub is much better. Somebody doesn't love Crooner. I loved Crooner, but I overdid it with the deer tongue, so I haven't had that in a long time. In fact, I gave some away. So, we are going to wrap it up. Bread cake. I was wondering if anyone knows if it's being discontinued. Shouldn't be. Sir Walter Raleigh, great stuff. Yes. So we will be back New Year's Eve, 8 o'clock. We'll do a quick chat to get started. Then I'll tell you my story, which could take I don't know, 15 minutes or a half an hour. I'm not sure which. It's a long one. And then we'll take a look at a Chinese pipe, and we'll be smoking something in it. So anyway, as always, gang, thanks for joining me tonight. It really means a lot. Hope you have a great weekend. Take care.